So here we go. This is part 2 to roots. We're going to talk about cube roots this time. So I've got a friend, Henry, and he's got some planters, I should say, and he wants to give them to me. And I said, well, dude, I don't really have the kind of backyard that you do, but maybe I'll take them off your hands. How big are they? He says, I'm not too sure, man. I don't have my measuring tape, but I know that the larger one holds a volume of 125 cubic feet. And then I kind of laughed. I said, who knows that kind of stuff? But, whatever. So I need to know, what are the dimensions? Well, I know it's a cube, so the height and the length and the width are all going to be the same. I just don't know what that is yet. So I'm going to figure that out now. So I decided to jot it down. I'm going to draw myself a little picture of a cube. I know that that's kind of the shape. I know that the volume, he told me, was 125 cubic feet. I also know that volume is basically the length, the height, and the width, all three of those dimensions multiplied with one another. Again, that's this one, and the one going back. If I multiply that, it gives me volume. Well, I also know that a cube has equal sides, so in this case, I could say the volume is equal to side times side times side, otherwise known as side cubed. All right, so cool. So far I got that. Now I know that 125 is equal to side cubed, because that was the volume. We figured that out. I just got to figure out the rest of this. Well, this is where cube roots come into play. I need to undo a cube by cube rooting, and you won't see it on a simple calculator like this, right? But on a scientific calculator, you would see a cube root button that you could use. So I want to say, okay, I made a mistake there, but here it is. I want to undo this, undo on both sides. Figure out what number times itself 3 times gives you 125. So I think for a little bit, and I've realized, that's 5. 5 times 5 times 5 gives me 125. So therefore I know that each side is 5, so each side is 5 feet. I think, oh man, I've got a little backyard. Yeah, I have enough room. I'll go ahead and take that planter off of them. But who the heck's going to carry it? Ugh, forget it. All right, so cube roots, they're one of 3 factors. That's what a cube root is. It's when you can break up what are the 3 things that multiply each other to give you that number. It's called a cube root. And then, of course, we have the perfect cubes. Oh, they're so perfect. Why are they perfect? Because the cube root, whenever you figure that out, happens to be an integer. Oh, so lovely. So guess what? You're going to be doing a little bit more memorization. Yeah, memorize. And I screamed it at you. Here are 5, only 5 this time, that you need to memorize. I will tell you that it will make your life so much easier later if you can memorize. Hey, look, so 1 times 1 times 1 is the cube root of 1. 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, so the cube root is 2. The cube root of 64, I jumped around here. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And then, of course, 5 times 5 times 5 is 125. So memorize those. Those will help you. Trust me. I wouldn't lie to you. So how are you going to see these in the problems for math? Well, kind of like this, right? Cube root. We know it's cube root because they'll have a little 3 right there. Cube root of 125, we said, is 5. Another one you might see is something like this. Oh, wait a minute, Mr. Ramos. Last time when there was a square root of a negative, we said no solution. But now this time you're giving me an answer? What's the deal? Well, with cube roots, it's possible. Remember, you can go negative times a negative times another negative. It is possible to have actual negative answer, right? So that's negative 125. So cube roots, you don't have to worry about that. You just give me the answer there. And then last but not least, what happens if I switch it up on you? Well, it doesn't matter. Cube root of 64. This happens to be a special one, but we'll talk a little bit about that in class later. Cube root of 64 is 4. Okay, so hopefully these were brief notes. We'll do some more practice in class.